Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for May 30th, 2017. Attleboro residents honored fallen veterans through a number of ceremonies and events over the Memorial Day weekend. Yesterday, the city held its annual Memorial Day parade down County Street and into Capron Park, where a ceremony was held with keynote speaker Brigadier General James L. LeFavor.
So as we remember with reverence the service of our heroes, let us not forget that war still is an ugly thing. And nobody wants to put war as the last resort, more so than those of us in the American military. The management and application of violence is not something we in uniform relish or seek out. But make no mistake, when it turns out to be the way the nation needs to go, then American forces want nothing more than to make our enemies woe and lament the day they ever chose to pick up arms against us. Our nation proves this time and again. We just closed out, and I say just, it's been 17 years already, but we just closed out the bloodiest century in all of history on earth. And yet we here lived in the safest country on earth. Think of that. The most dangerous century ever, and yet we here were the safest. And why is that? Yeah, some people will say we got two big oceans protecting us. Sure, but also it's because of the courage and the bravery of those who went over those two oceans and took the fight to the enemy's homeland instead of just the opposite. It is altogether fitting that we honor those heroes of yesterday. I just ask you not to forget those future heroes of tomorrow right here among us.
On Sunday, at least 4 municipal events around the city were held dedicated to remembering fallen soldiers. Veterans Agent Ken Badertscher organized the event.
We're here at the Veterans Memorial Common in downtown Attleboro at Gilbert Perry Square on Sunday, May 28th for the 25th anniversary of the original dedication of the Veterans Memorial Common as it exists today. There are 7,540 flags on the field behind us, and that commemorates each of the names that appear on the memorials here at the Veterans Memorial Common. We had a great turnout of at least 100 folks who came down to participate in the ceremony and hear some of our elected officials and others speak. We had Paul Spera, the past Commander-in-Chief of the VFW, come down, and he was a really excellent orator. And we just really took this opportunity to say thank you to the veterans of Attleboro who volunteered to serve in our nation's defense. The city of Attleboro really does a great job of commemorating Memorial Day each year. And for us, it really turns into a 2-day affair. All day Sunday, we're out visiting various sites of importance to veterans in our community. We began at the Hillside Cemetery on South Main Street for the sunrise service, which is a tradition that the community here in Attleboro has kept alive for over 135 years. From there, we went to the Veterans Memorial Pavilion in South Attleboro, and then to the Woodlawn Cemetery and visited the GAR Memorial and paid respects to Sergeant Thomas K. Gay, Attleboro's Singular Medal of Honor Award winner. People will sometimes come up to me and say, "Happy Memorial Day," and it's sort of an interesting statement because there's nothing really happy about Memorial Day. The reason that we have the holiday is to remember all of the fallen soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardmen who gave their lives in defense of our nation. They're no longer here with us so that we can enjoy our time off on Memorial Day, and we owe it to them to keep them in our thoughts on this day. The whole reason that we put something like this together is to express our appreciation to the veterans in the community. And so when somebody comes up to me and thanks me for a great ceremony put on, that gets at the heart of why we're doing it at all. It can be a great ceremony, but we're doing it to pay thanks to our veterans here in the community. And so on one hand, it may feel like somebody's thanking me just for doing my job, but truthfully it's an honor to be able to perform these types of ceremonies and to give back to the community in this way. The great thing about events like this is it showcases how patriotic our community really is here in Attleboro. And if there are any veterans in the city who have need in any capacity or just curious about things that benefits they may be eligible for, they're welcome to contact me at my office at City Hall, and the phone number there is 508-223-2222. I hope that everybody who's viewing this has the opportunity to have a safe Memorial Day and that they use their time to reflect upon the freedoms that we enjoy as Americans.